Pack. Yes, it's a 3 o'clock game. Of course, the morning game that day is Texas over playing at Oklahoma State. Texas is a 14.5 point favorite over Oklahoma State.
Another big line, John.
Another big line. I don't know about that one. They take care of business, though. The fact that Texas is ranked ahead of Alabama. Like, Texas wins big, and then Alabama upsets Georgia. Chaos is going to ensue.
Chaos is going to happen.
Everybody's going to have to play. Every SEC fan is going to have to pray that Louisville beats Florida State at 7 o'clock on the ABC game. FSU is only a 2.5 point favorite in that bad boy.
I believe it. Like you said, I mean, that offense is different without Jordan Travis. John, you were talking about Michigan and Iowa earlier. Right now, if you go on your sportsbook of choice, Iowa team total touchdowns over half a touchdown is plus 110 right now. And for both halves, just points, not touchdowns. Hold on, John. Points, not just touchdowns. So the first one was touchdowns. Over half a touchdown is plus 110. So if they just score one touchdown the entire game, you can get that at plus money right now for just a point, John. Half a point in the first half for Iowa is minus 125, over half a point in the first half. Over half a point in the second half is minus 110. A point, just a point.
That's crazy.
Isn't
but this
it?
is also an Iowa team who has wins this year where they beat Northwestern 10-7. This is Northwestern.
That's right.
They mustered a whole 10 points.
This Iowa team is unbelievable. I love them.
They are nuts when it comes. They're offensively inept. I mean, they scored 15. They won 15-13 against the Illini, 13-10 against Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna get boat raced. Penn State beat them early in the season, really bad, didn't they?
Yeah, like 33-3 or something like that.
Yeah, they beat them up, man. They beat them up. Well, we're going to take a quick timeout, but I did want to remind you, Christmas holiday season is right around the corner. What is it, the 29th?
Today is the 29th. That's correct.
Damn! Can you believe it? Like Thanksgiving's over.
It's crazy.
Hope you got your Christmas tree. Hope you got all the Christmas spirit going on because, man, it's going to be right. It's going to be here before you know it. December's just what? December's Friday, isn't it? Gotta do the math, buddy.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's Friday. I'm pretty sure it is. But December will be here before you know it. And get your kids something that they're actually going to love and something that's going to last and something that's just going to be awesome and make them crazy. The light in their eye when they come down to see if Santa left them something. And all of a sudden, no, it ain't a Red Ryder BB gun. It's a dead gum go-kart or a little four-wheeler or a trike, UTV. What if dad's in the house? Maybe he wants a golf cart. Maybe he wants to get a big old UTV. Maybe your son who wants a dead gum street bike wants an awesome street bike. All you have to do is go to Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. They're open 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday. You get on out there, they have the largest showroom around. The price is always right at Scooters Plus, and when you want to spend big on something that's awesome, you want to save big. The place to save, Scooters Plus. They have the largest inventory, the largest showroom, plus they have all the parts you need. They can do all the repairs there if you're not a gearhead. They have great sales and service. Financing options are available, by the way. You can go to scootersplus.us, click on the financing option. Bing, bang, boom. You can find out how much you qualify for before you even walk in the store. Plus, if you go to scootersplus.us, you can look at their inventory. That's scootersplus.us. Check it out. They've got everything over there. Parts, repairs, sales, and service. Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. Dustin Starr on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's a holiday experience like no other. The Light Garden in Olive Branch. It's a walk through an entertainment extravaganza with hundreds of giant 3D Christmas light displays, photos with Santa, food and drinks, and special event nights, including fireworks on New Year's Eve. Bring the family out nightly from now through December 31st at Olive Branch City Park. Go to lightgarden.online for details and to buy tickets, and stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM for chances to win tickets to go see the Light Garden in Olive Branch.
Hey, everybody, that to-do list for the holidays? Well, you're going to want to write this down. Go to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch. A lot of these new Silverados have red tags, and Kevin and Jeff said they'll get you financing as low as $1.9 or $2,000 cash. You can get one of these new Equinoxes with financing as low as $1.9 or $1,000 cash, and your good credit deserves it. And look, I'm out here in Olive Branch, and All-Star has any new Chevy you want. Tahoes, Trailblazers, and a lot of families I know love these new Traverses with all the cargo space and third-row seating. And so can you. And do more together this holiday season. Military, teachers, college students, healthcare. You get $500 bonus. And if you want certified pre-owned Chevys or any pre-owned car, All-Star has a lot full. Silverados, Ram trucks. Here's a Nissan Rogue, Lexus, Honda, Suburbans, Jeeps. If it's not here, just ask Jeff and he'll find it for you. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Mount Moriah or Bartlett or even Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm here with Mark, the owner of Dyer's, out in Collierville's historic town square, where they've been cooking up them burgers since 1912, the old-fashioned way. Mark, what's going on in life? I see you got your 4 kids with you. What do they love about Dyer's?
Man, they love everything about Dyer's. They love all the great food that we serve, and they really like eating our good food and watching some of their favorite sports.
Braden, what do you like at Dyer's?
I like a bacon burger with fries, a milkshake, and with a Tigers game in the background.
Carter, who's your favorite football team?
The Carolina Panthers, and just with some macaroni with that sounds amazing.
My man Beckham, what's your favorite food over at Dyer's?
We like the double cheeseburgers.
Kinley, what is your favorite dish over at Dyer's?
Daddy's cheeseburgers and the Dallas Cowboys game in the background.
Just remember, everybody, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team out and eat at our place.
So head on over to Dyer's in Collierville's historic town square.
How long has it been since you heard the term being overstocked? Well, it's happened at Family Leisure. Yep. That means you get the savings, like select patio sets that are up to 50% off. If you need a play gym, you're in luck because they're also overstocked and start at under $2,000. Pool tables and game room items up to $700 off of in-stock items. Saunas, massage chairs, arcades, even theater seating. Special financing is available with free delivery. Family Leisure is extending sale pricing on all in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. And if you need supplies to close up your pool for the winter, Family Leisure has them up to 30% off. It's been a while since you've heard of an overstock sale, but Family Leisure is right in the middle of one. Huge deals and a huge overstocked inventory. That means great savings for you. It's happening now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
It's time for the holidays.
Blah, humbug.
What, you're not all excited for the turkey and dressing and cranberry sauce?
The cooking, the cleaning, the relatives.
Well, you got people coming in from out of town?
Hi, so many people.
It'll be fun.
All I want to do is go to Central Barbecue.
That's all you ever want to do.
Alone.
Come on, it's the holidays.
Just sitting there in a booth, all by myself, enjoying Central Barbecue, no family, being all festive.
Well, you enjoy your own private Central Barbecue holiday.
That is all I ask.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes Rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old rhapsody better go capture this moment and hope it don't do it.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dagas all day long. You can hear him from 1 to 3 today. I mean, no, 3 to 6. Man, I'm telling you, bro.
I'm not Colin Cowherd.
I think it's the hemp seeds that are in my smoothie. They're not just making me healthy. I think they're kicking in the edibles faster.
I see. It's
Man,
like
I'm
everything working together.
I got the hemp seed idea to put in my smoothie because of Tom Brady, the GOAT.
TB12.
That's right, the right TB12. Now it's time to talk to Dustin Starr. He's becoming the GOAT of Memphis wrestling, man. He's taking care of business. He's also all over the town. Grizzlies, Redbirds, Hustle, you name it, Dustin will appear. What's up, Starr?
Yo, what's going on, man? Happy Wednesday. It's hump day.
Amen.
Big game day as well.
Yeah, man.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too, man. I'm fired up for everything. Now, I don't know if you know, but I'm not quite as fired up about the Grizzlies as I normally would be on.
I understand.
Woo-wee. I'm praying. Can they get tonight? They're playing the Jazz. The Jazz are 1-7 on the road. The Grizzlies are 0-8 at home. Can they finally get that home win? They're actually 4.5-point favorites, what I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
Tonight is presented by MATA, the Memphis Area Transit Authority. So I know we're going to have some free T-shirts. We're going to have a lot of fun and games. What happens on the court, I have no idea, but I know off the court we're going to have a lot of fun. So, man, come check it out. And the Grizz got to win a game at home, right? They had, like, the best home record last season. So we got a little bit of struggles, but got to keep grinding, baby.
That's
I
right.
was at the Hustle game last night. They were playing hard. They're struggling a little bit as well. So I think it's our job to make sure that everybody has so much fun. I hate to say have so much fun that you forget about the score, but that's the idea, is have so much fun that it's a good, entertaining experience, win or lose. But, man, it's tough when we're losing, brother.
It is tough. I know it's tough, but, man, like that hurt, like the pain out in the streets is real when it comes to the Grizzlies and the Hustle right now, ain't it?
Well, the thing, I see all the stuff on social media, too, and it's kind of crazy, where we literally do not have almost any of our starters. If you look at the guys that are out right now for us, that is a starting lineup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're missing all of our guys, and it's crazy. Because I think you and I even talk about it offline sometimes, like, hey, man, Grizz are going to be good, but we got to stay healthy. And it always seems like the injury bug is getting us. But we all know what's coming up in December, though. And that'll
Ja'll be back.
Boy, I don't know if it's going to turn everything around, but my goodness, it's definitely going to spark a big fire. I can tell you that.
Well, yeah, there's just so many pieces, though, that need to come back and need to be healthy. Hell, it'd be nice to get Tillman back. Damn.
Oh, man, Xavier Tillman has played really, really good. Brandon Clark, who is just fantastic. Of course, Aquaman. I'll never forget watching Aquaman, working out during the offseason and thinking, dang, man, he looks like a wrestler. Like, he's in great shape. Just, he's big, he's strong, muscular looking, and then, like, 2 days later, he's out for the season. It was just heartbreaking. So, trials and tribulations.
That's right. Well, at least, though, life's good in the wrestling game. And before I get over to Memphis wrestling, I found out that it was really, really good. What was his name? CM Punk. When he came back, it broke all kinds of WWE records.
Which is absolutely ridiculous, because I've been talking to you guys on here for several weeks, maybe even months, telling you that the rumor of CM Punk returning to WWE was going to happen. And it did on Survivor Series, just when you thought the show was over. The very last, 30 to 45 seconds, they hit CM Punk's music in Chicago. That's where he lives and where he's from. Notoriously, they sell out buildings because of CM Punk, and, man, it happened. It was really cool. Punk had to come out and kind of eat a little bit of crow on Monday Night Raw, because I don't know if you know the whole history, but this dude even sued the WWE. Like, there was lawsuits and all sorts of stuff. And now he's back. So it just shows you that never say never and anything can happen.
So,
I have not seen the ratings yet. We were all wondering.
Oh, well, that's what I was talking about. They popped it up even on ESPN, talked about like how it like broke some metric. Like when CM Punk came out, it went bananas.
A couple of months ago, or maybe about a month ago, we had The Rock return to the WWE. He did College Game Day. He was on Pat McAfee show.
Oh, I remember that. They were out in Colorado, weren't they?
Yes, SmackDown. Yeah, you had Coach Prime involved and all that. It was a huge deal. So when The Rock made his first appearance back on SmackDown, that broke the internet. That broke all the viewership records, and however many millions of people saw it worldwide. But that shows you how big of a deal it is that CM Punk is back in WWE, because now they're saying that he broke all those records. I think it was the most watched Survivor Series of all time. It was the highest gate of Survivor Series of all time. They broke a merchandise record as well. Imagine that's thanks in part to CM Punk. And here we are in 2023. And like I always say, the internet sometimes is a cesspool. They focus on like the negative stuff. WWE's business is absolutely booming right now. And not only did they get CM Punk back, but they got Randy Orton back, who's one of the greatest of all times. And when he came back, Johnny, Google a picture of Randy Orton from Survivor Series 2023. This dude always looked good, don't get me wrong, but he is jacked. He looks better than ever. And he's older than ever, but he looks better than ever. So, man, WWE is fired on all cylinders right now.
Kind of curious, man. Just wondering. We don't care in wrestling by any means, but is there any way that dude can look that good at that old age without like some help?
I have no idea. Okay, so speaking on that, they do have a wellness policy. You know, allegedly everybody has to take the test, blood work, and all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you, it's been a minute since I've been there, probably 12, 13 years. But I took several drug tests the entire time that I was there and saw other people do it as well. So
that's amazing.
I mean, we sit back and speculate. And also being in the bodybuilding world previously, you know, I won 2 Mr. Tennessee men's physique championships, and just saying. But it is literally very, very strict dieting. So with diet and proper workout, I mean, you can obtain a look that you don't think would be possible naturally. But it is. It's just very, very hard. And somebody like Randy Orton, who's already really
your diet, being eaten clean, is that the most important thing? Obviously, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work, but it's what you put in your body.
Absolutely, 100% of the time. So it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, focusing on that. And a guy like Orton, who has historically just been in fantastic shape, when you take him off television for a year and a half because he had back fusion surgery. Like, this guy was sitting at home eating and working out for a year and a half, other than his recovery. So that's when you have to really be serious about it, because when you come back, wrestling fans, there have been so many returns through the history of wrestling, dating from, Triple H coming back from his torn hamstring or torn quad, looking better than ever. So also, when you don't see these guys for a while and they come back, it's like, wow, I don't remember him looking like that. So it just hits even harder. But Orton looks great, man.
That's wild. That's wild. These guys are just getting in such amazing shape. And speaking of that, I know on December 10th, your guys are going to be doing a little Grind City Rumble. What's going down on the 10th? Tell us about it.
This is literally the most fun event of the year every year. So you get 30 wrestlers all in the ring at the same time. The final two, the only way to be eliminated is being thrown over the top rope, both feet hit the floor. The final 2 competitors will square off right then and there in a one-on-one matchup. Whoever wins that goes to our Super Bout, which is our anniversary blockbuster spectacular, and they get a championship opportunity of their choosing. So this is a big one because you get to see everybody in the ring at the same time, and we've also done, I think, a pretty good job of having some surprises every single year at people entering the Grind City Rumble. So along with the Rumble and the 30 people being in the ring, and it's men and women, so you never know who can win the Grind City Rumble. Every man and woman for themselves, but then also
it's men and women at the same time.
Yeah, that's how we roll, brother.
Whoa, this sounds awesome.
Equal opportunity at Memphis Wrestling.
I am so, dude. I got it, man. Now I want to see this bad boy. I will say though, as much fun as it sounds for the viewing public, if you're a wrestler, this sounds like the hardest working night of the year.
It is. You got to beat 29 other people in order to win. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's why I say, it's up in the air. Anybody can win. Especially in Memphis Wrestling, it only takes 3 seconds to win. But then also, if you've got a good strategy going into the Rumble, you can kind of hide and kind of stay away from all the danger until the very end if you can. That's a good strategy. But also with the December 10th, we're going to be celebrating the holidays too. So we have a bona fide Memphis Wrestling legend. He is a WWE Hall of Famer. He has given everybody a run for his money. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Eddie Gilbert, you name it, the list goes on and on. For the first time in our Memphis Wrestling, and for the first time in about 15 years, handsome Jimmy Valiant is going to be at Memphis Wrestling on December 10th. The Boogie Woogie Man, and it's going to be awesome.
Damn, that is amazing right there. And this is all on the 10th, and it's being shot on the 10th. When is that when it's being shot?
Yes, December the 10th. So ringside are already sold out right now. So if you want to be in the house, you got to go get those tickets at MemphisWrestling.tv. Handsome Jimmy Valiant will be there. The Monster Cruel will be there. Warhorse, which is like an independent wrestling sensation, he'll be there, along with all the stars of Memphis Wrestling. And we've got a really, really good card that we're going to start releasing coming up. But before that happens, that happens on the 10th. That's our final television taping of the year. And then we'll be back at the beginning of 2024. But this Friday, we're going to be in Brighton, Tennessee, benefiting Brighton baseball and softball. We have 6 huge matches going down right down the street on Highway 51, man.
Dang, man. So that's on Friday?
This Friday.
That's awesome.
Friday.
Shoot, you should go check that out. You can get tickets. Just go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. I'm sure you can get some ducats, watch a little wrestling, and then keep going east because, the Houston Mustangs are playing the Oakland Patriots for the state championship.
Hey, now.
Yeah, Houston High School right here in the house repping the state. So it could be a nice little 1-2 punch right there Friday and Saturday.
Man, yeah. And we've been on the road doing these fundraisers for a couple of years now, and this is our second time returning to Brighton. It's the Brighton Brawl 2. We've got football team involved. We have the baseball team involved.
I was going to say the Brighton Brawl. Is that where the coaches got into it?
Yes, they did. And now we've got the football team posting messages to the baseball team.
Uh-oh.
And the baseball team posting messages to the football team. So we might have football versus baseball out there at the Brighton Brawl, man. It is. Last year we had over 1,000 people there. It was incredible. The crowd was electric. So this year we're looking forward to having an even bigger crowd because last year was just for Brighton baseball. This year is baseball and softball. And, of course, now football is talking some trash. So there's no telling what's going to go down on Friday night. But these fundraisers are a lot of fun because it's where, Memphis Wrestling can not only help with their platform spread the word about these schools and these teams, but then also raise thousands of dollars for those teams as well.
Which is huge, by the way, for these programs. You don't understand how much, just taking care of the turf, actually, how expensive that is, plus the equipment and more. So these are awesome events. I'm glad you're a part of it, Dustin. I'm glad that you get your Championship Wrestling Memphis going down, doing your business. It's pretty damn awesome. And again, hold on, I got a question. Your last little videotaping, was that y'all were at Dave & Buster's? Y'all any more of those this year?
We do. We have one more coming up. WWE, their next pay-per-view is going to be in January. That's going to be Royal Rumble. So they're really gearing up for that. They don't really have a pay-per-view per se in December. So that'll be on December 30th. We've got a brand new AEW pay-per-view called World's End. And it's the first time they've ever done this pay-per-view, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect. I think MJF is going to defend the AEW World Championship. It was just reported that he tore his labrum in his shoulder, so he's going to be wrestling injured, which is kind of interesting here. Torn labrum is no joke, man.
Good thing he ain't throwing a baseball or a football.
He's going to be throwing punches and body slams instead. I think that's going to be really hard to do with a torn labrum.
It's going to be hard.
He doesn't want to miss the event because he's a fighting champion, and I think he just signed a new contract with AEW, so he feels like, man, I'm the guy. I need to be there. So that's December 30th at Dave & Buster's. I met with them last week as well, and we have a live event coming either the end of February, beginning of March. So I'll have that date for you where we're actually going to set up a ring and have live Memphis wrestling inside Dave & Buster's again. So much fun the last time we did it.
Man, everything seems like it's going extremely wonderful for you. Enjoy this season. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do it again next Friday. You got anything else more for the people?
Well, I'm going to say that when I talk to you next week, the Grizzlies will have a home victory under their belt. You heard it here, folks. Dustin Starr called it. We will have a home victory before the next time I'm on this radio show.
Dude, I got my fingers crossed. I believe, brother, man. He is Dustin Starr. Go to championshipmemphiswrestling.com. Be blessed, my friend.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
That is D-Star. Now, we got to take a quick time out, but before I do, I got to remind you something very, very important. When you do your shopping, the holiday season's here, man. Frontier Western Store. And if you're now one of those people who are like, you know what? I don't like to get out and go shopping. I just want to shop from my phone. Because, Chaz is getting kind of like that, except for she is going to Nashville this week because it's a girls' shopping trap. Because the malls in Memphis, they can't go to the ones in Memphis. They got to go to Nashville. I'm just glad they're going, man. I got championship football. I got Ole Miss Memphis.
Right.
I ain't got to have nobody in my hair, my business. But she's going to get some good gear. But I told her it'd be easier just to go online to frontierwesternstore.com. I'm like, babe, you don't got to go to Nashville. You can get everything I need right there. They got jeans, bing, bang, boom. I need them. They got boots. They got Western boots, cowboy boots, work boots, dress boots, hiking boots. They got all kinds of boots. Plus, they can dress you from head to toe. They got hats. They got shirts. They got pants. They got all big old jackets. They also have a ladies' boutique and a children's department. Not only can they dress you and your significant other, they can dress the whole family, your friends, all your loved ones. FrontierWesternStore.com. It's so easy to navigate. Any order of $75 or more is shipped absolutely free. And they start shipping out those orders within 24 hours. And I can't say an S for some reason right now. Did you catch that, Dacus?
Yes. Earlier, you also said,
woo!
You were talking about getting tickets, and you go, you can go online and get your ducats. And I was like, what is
You never heard of ducats?
No.
You're going to hear a lot of different stuff from me, Dacus.
Jeez.
You'll figure it out. But again, Frontier Western Store, you figure it out. Just go online at frontierwesternstore.com. Again, they'll get your gear to you quickly. You can shop by brands, jeans, boots, kids, women's, men's, sale item. You can go into the search bar and just put in exactly what you want. Bam, it pops up. It's very easy to navigate. If you want to touch it and feel it and take it home with you, go to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. We're back in Two Shakes at 12 o'clock. We got a little Russell Copeland with the NFL. On the other side, I'm going to explain to you the play-in tournament. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Start your day the right way at La Palapa with the biggest, baddest breakfast burrito around. Chorizo, cheese, rice, beans, and eggs served with fresh salsa, and it's served all day. La Palapa has daily lunch specials, all served with rice and beans, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Try a torta, breaded chicken, steak, chorizo, or ham served with mayo, avocado, lettuce, tomato, and jalapenos, all in a hoagie. Plus amazing soups and dinner entrees, all at La Palapa, 5255 Summer Avenue. La Palapa, the little hut with big taste.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. Roofing and siding, gutters too. We're the pros you can trust to get it done right. Call on us. 5-Ash Roofing, the name to know. 5-Ash Roofing, the only way to go. 5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. 5-Ash Roofing.
Is that not the corniest thing you've ever heard? Can you believe I paid good money for that silly jingle? Well, the experts say make it memorable, and I think I got my money's worth. 5-Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5-Ash Roofing, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78. That's Lamar. And the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
Year-end means huge savings at Gossett Kia on the Pike with the season of giving back. How about 41 MPG for those holiday road trips? 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $27.99 due at signing. Family road trip, 2024 Kia Sportage LX with class-leading cargo room and rear seat legroom, $299 a month, $34.99 due at signing. And get where you're going for less in a 2023 Kia EV6 Wind, 134 City, 101 Highway MPGE, $379 a month, $49.99 due at signing, all 36-month lease. Plus a free charger with your EV purchase and Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month lease, $650 acquisition fee. Must finance through Hyundai, Forte LXS, PE 694,095, MSRP 21,610, Sportage R722, 7239, MSRP 28,715, EVP 560, 3393, MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2023 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes Rabbity Choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus on a hump day. Man, you know what? It's happy to be hump day because it feels like yesterday was Monday, because I don't even know how I did the show on Monday, because Monday my brain was toast. So it feels good to like know it's a Wednesday. It's going to be just a beautiful day. It's actually kind of warm outside. The sun's shining. And last night I got to watch some good hoops after watching that horror flick where Miami was just getting beat down by Kentucky. Got to see some great basketball. And I got to say, that Kings-Suns game actually did feel like a playoff game, didn't it?
Sure did.
Suns fell up short. Clay struggled. Dre got Dre's first game back from a 5-game suspension, and he got a technical. And did you notice after the technical, the Kings went on a 13-3 run?
Mm-hmm.
You had there's just all kinds of things that were going on. But the play-in tournament, it's the inaugural in-season tournament, and as much as I made fun of it, I've actually enjoyed it and paid a little bit of attention to it because the games do have a little bit better feel. If you didn't know this, you got 8 teams now qualified for the quarterfinals. You got the Bucks, the Pacers, the Celtics, the Knicks over in the East. You got the Lakers, the Kings, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Phoenix Suns in the West. Pacers, by the way, they are going to host the Celtics Monday night. Pelicans then face the Kings in Sacramento. Tuesday, you're going to see the Bucks host the Knicks, and then that's going to be followed by the Suns playing L.A. These are all rematches in the group stage, so bam, it's like the knockout round. You want to go to Vegas. They're playing for $500,000. Each player walks away with $500,000 in cash. You get a little trophy, and you get to go out to Vegas. You don't think NBA players or professional athletes don't enjoy Vegas?
That's right.
Did I not talk about the class at the brothels show in Vegas compared to the one in Colorado and the treatment that they gave to Ja Morant? I mean, Travis Kelce is wearing a Shake Junt, gentleman's club Shake Junt shirt, after his game.
Right.
And he was playing in the Raiders, of course, so he was in Vegas. So obviously he was at that gentleman's club the night before. A bunch of, quote, journalists go to the gentleman's club and say, hey, was Travis Kelce here last night? And they're like, let me tell you something. We don't talk about our customers and their business. We don't get up in their business. When they come here, privacy is number one to their customers. So again, NBA players, they need a little privacy. Just ask Josh Giddey. In fact, go to Vegas and go to a strip club. At least you'll know they're 18 because they're working. You got to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Probably help him out a lot. And why did that Colorado strip club have to tell on Ja?
Good question.
So rude. You think anybody still goes to that club?
I don't know. I mean, I would say probably the TMZ check had something to do with it.
Well, that club needs to get checks from Ja and its patrons, not from deadgum, quote, journalist organizations.
I would not call TMZ
like
journalists.
TMZ.
I would not call them journalists.
Yeah, but they got some funny stories. I check it every day.
Oh, I know you do.
I also watch TMZ Sports.
Do you?
Did you know that's even something that's on?
No, I'll see it every once in a while, like late at night on like FS1 or whatever.
It's where I get a lot of hardwood stories.
Believe me, I know.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We got to talk with Russell Copeland. We're excited to talk with Russell Copeland on the other side because we're breaking down the National Football League. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Want to play a private country club but only pay daily greens fees? Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis is your place. You can now play a beautiful, challenging course for only $59 plus tax, including cards. Meadowbrook Country Club features champion Bermuda greens and now is available to everyone. A membership is only $350 per month and includes tennis, pickleball, and swimming, plus a great restaurant and bar. Golf Pro Mark can even fix you up with custom-made tricks on clubs. Call 870-394-4186 today for your Tuesday through Sunday tee time at Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Fall is in the air, and so are Choate's Early Bird Specials. Right now, receive $1,000 off the purchase of a new Carrier gas furnace. Carrier furnaces come with some of the best warranties in the industry, and Choate's has been professionally installing them for over 60 years. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, Choate's also offers competitive financing solutions for you and your family. If your heating system is in good shape, make sure you take advantage of Choate's Early Bird Tune-Up Special for $60. This tune-up is an in-depth 20-point inspection to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter season ahead. So call 347-8086 to schedule your Early Bird Special today. And turn to the experts with Choate's and let our family serve your family.
Pizza lovers and sports fanatics, Ferraro's Pizzeria is your Sunday ticket headquarters. Catch every pro game on multiple big screen TVs while enjoying $2 beers, $9 beer buckets, and mouth-watering pizza. We're talking the cheesiest, most delicious New York pizzas in town with all your favorite toppings. What are you waiting for? Grab your family and friends and get to Ferraro's, corner of Jackson and Main, just east of the Pyramid. Enjoy every pro game at Ferraro's Pizzeria and Cheesy Corner, your game day destination.
Looking for your next car? Give Car Corner a try. Car Corner, located at 2653 Mount Moriah. They specialize in cars under $15,000. Bad credit? No problem at Car Corner. CarCornerMemphis.com. That's CarCornerMemphis.com. They even have cash cars under $7,000. That's Car Corner at 2653 Mount Moriah. CarCornerMemphis.com. Look for the building with the teal green roof.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. It's a beautiful Wednesday in the Mid-South, and we're about to talk NFL with Russell Copeland, and I'm stoked. And when I think about the NFL, though, the one, I do a little, channel surfing when I'm watching the NFL, but I always get stuck on those State Farm commercials. I think they're just hilarious. The Patrick Price, Mahomes. State Farm's got the best commercials. They also have the best coverage, and everybody out there needs protection. Doesn't matter if you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. That's Bob Simpson at State Farm. He can buckle you up with auto insurance, back your life up with health insurance, cover your business, whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and never forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today, 901-381-1233, or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson. It's time to talk a little football with Cope. What's up, Cope? How you doing, my man?
Man, what's going on, Johnny? Had a good holiday, and now looking forward to this last stretch here of the NFL season.
5 games left for most teams. Wowzers, it's going to be awesome. I'm fired up. And I do have to say, man, I got to start right here with your old team, the Buffalo Bills. Y'all know Russell Copeland. Played at the University of Memphis. Oh, yeah, played in the NFL with the Buffalo Bills. Played with the Eagles. Played with the Packers. Played in the Super Bowl. Didn't play no games. Got to start with your old team. The Bills played in what was probably the best game of the week. Bills, Eagles. Eagles pulled it out in overtime. 4th straight come-from-behind win by the Eagles. But the team that lost, I got to ask you about, that would be your Bills. Is their season over, or can you see them fighting to get back in this playoff picture?
Well, I do think the Buffalo Bills will fight, but right now they're on the outside looking in. If you look at it from a percentage standpoint, right around 27%. And I think when you look at it, they have a really tough schedule remaining. You have the Chiefs, Cowboys, Chargers, Patriots, and you finish with the Dolphins. Much needed bye week this week, but they have really put themselves, put their backs against the wall, not protecting the football, giving up leads. Defense has not been able to stop anyone in the fourth quarter. It's going to be really tough for the Bills to make the playoffs.
That game also for Bills fans, it was tough to swallow. That horse collar, I don't know how they missed that. It was blatant. It was right there. And not only did it the 15-yard penalty, which would have given them a first down, they would have had the ball on the 26-yard line. Instead, they have to punt. They threw intentional grounding flag against Josh Allen. It moved him back and again forced him to punt. That was huge in that game.
Well, when you look at that series of events that you named, yes, it was big at that juncture of the game, but you have to look at how the football team played. You were ahead of the Eagles playing on the road, and you lost the lead. And again, late in the second half, Josh Allen throws interceptions to be able to get the Eagles back in the game. And you have to be able to protect the football, and your defense has to be able to come up with critical stops in the fourth quarter. And you look at Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter, they were able to drive the football down the field, made the plays when needed up on, and in overtime, Jalen Hurts took over that overtime play. But they haven't played well. They haven't played good enough to win games. They haven't closed out games. And for the majority of the season, they can turn the football over. They're +1 on the turnover margin, but they haven't protected the football, and that's the reason why they're fighting, to get into the playoffs.
Well, Josh Allen, of course, it's not just on the quarterback, but that's what we always look to. And he's got 16 turnovers. He's 0-6 in overtime games for his career. He makes the amazing look easy, but for some reason, he just doesn't get it done in the biggest moments. Is he just unlucky, or does he lack that clutch gene?
Well, I mean, it is what it is when you look at it. Josh Allen has an elite skill set, and I do think that Josh Allen is the face of the franchise, and he's the quarterback that gives them the best chance. But he has to play better. He has an elite skill set, but he has not played elite in the majority of these games that you're talking about. As the leader of the football team, your quarterback is known for winning big playoff games and ultimately leading your team to a Super Bowl. And when you're having the turnovers that he's had, the issues that he's had, he has to be able to get those things rectified if the Bills are going to be one of the top teams in the AFC and knocking on the door each year to get into the Super Bowl.
All right, the Eagles are the team that won, and I got to switch over to them. They're 10-1 on the season. They host San Francisco this week. A lot of people think these are the best 2 teams in the NFC, period. San Francisco is a 3-point favorite on the road. The Eagles keep coming out and winning these games, but, man, they're getting out the gate extremely slow. They're having really rough first halves. Is this why the Niners are favored, and will this be a problem in this matchup?
Well, I think when you look at the 49ers, they have already hit their bump in the road. They lost 3 in a row against the Vikings, the Browns, and the Bengals. But since then, they're healthy. They're getting back in their stride. And if you just look between the numbers, I think the Niners are a better team. You look at offensively, we talked about Jalen Hurts, but you mentioned the slow start. Offense, the Niners are 5th, going against the Eagles at 11. But I think the big discrepancy is going to be the Niners' defense. They're ranked 4th. And the Eagles' defense are ranked 16th. The defense for the Eagles, they have to be able to get pressure with their front four, be able to get some blitzes in with their linebackers. But their secondary has given up a lot of big plays, and I think that's the difference. Overall, I like the Niners football team. I think they're better. I think they can cause a lot of issues against this defense. And I think the defense for the 49ers can really give the Eagles a really hard game for 4 quarters. And we know the Eagles have started out the gate slow. Against this football team, against the Niners, you can't start off slow. They've got a lot of good pieces on defense. That's why I think the Niners are a 3-point favorite on the road.
Also, and one thing that also, I know a lot of bettors out there are paying attention to, that Eagles defensive front, which was so dominant, it's been very, very banged up. Eagles are a little bit beat up. 49ers are getting healthy. They got Samuels back. They got they got Trent Williams back. They got Christian McCaffrey who's out there doing his business. They got healthy at the right time. Also think that could play a big part. I do like the Niners. I'm leaning Niners minus the 3. I think Philly finally gets knocked off that perch. Sticking in the NFC. Thursday night, tomorrow night, we got Seattle and Dallas. I think it should be a good one. Seattle, though, can they actually go on the road and compete against Big D at home, who's undefeated? Dallas, this team, this is a Dallas team that's getting the best year they've ever had at a Dak Prescott, and that defense looks just filthy. How can Seattle compete?
Well, I think when you look at Seattle, they're going to have to be able to control the clock, and they can't do that because they're 27 rushing the football, and they're going against a defense that is really good against the pass, not being able to be multidimensional, being able to run and have balance. Now you're going to play into Michael Parsons in that defense. And I just think when you look at Dallas, they're playing at a really high level. Dak is playing really good, protecting the football, making big plays. Even though they have not won against teams that are over 500, this is a really good football team, and they're led by their defense. And they can go as far as they can if Dak Prescott continues to play as he's played, not turn the football over, especially not in the red area. I just think that Dallas is a better team. Offensively, they're second. Their defense is second defensively. Offensively, they're 7th overall. Just a better team overall. And I think this is one that Dan Quinn has circled on the calendar. I think he wants to get this victory. I just think that Dallas is a better team, and they're playing at home. They don't lose too many games at home.
And with the way Dak's playing, man, CeeDee Lamb looks like that dead-gum beast. This team is pretty unstoppable when they're clicking on all cylinders, and especially if Tony Pollard's running that rock. Now, I got to speak of the MVP race. It's kind of a tough one right now. Right now, who are your top 3 in the MVP race?
Well, my number 1 pick is Jalen Hurts, and I thought that he should have won the MVP last year, played at a very high level last year. I got Jalen Hurts, I got Patrick Mahomes, and I'm going to throw in Lamar Jackson at number 3. But I think right there that you can throw in and flip-flop Tua Tagovailoa and Dak Prescott are also in the race. And those would be my top 5. But Jalen Hurts, to me, is leading the MVP race.
Whoa, Jalen Hurts doing a little bit of everything. And the other thing about it, he's getting healthy. You can tell he wasn't really doing those design runs earlier in the season when he was banged up. Last week against the Buffalo Bills, he had some design runs that were impressive. Getting him healthy is dangerous because he's spinning that football. It's crazy to think when he came out, when he had to leave Alabama, Tua took over, and now these two guys are competing for an MVP in the National Football League.
Well, yeah, and I think when you look at Jalen Hurts, we talk about the young quarterbacks, and we talk about struggles of young quarterbacks, and I think you have to be able to understand what you have at your quarterback position, build a team around your quarterback, but you have to be able to put weapons, and I think that's what the Philadelphia Eagles were able to do. Bring in A.J. Brown in, you drafted a really good receiver, you got a solid offensive line, great tight end, so the pieces were put in place for him, have the staple of running backs. Now he's able to be comfortable, and we've seen how he is the last couple of years.
Yeah, he is definitely comfortable in that offense. Maybe it was good for Kellen to move on. Who knows? Mike McCarthy, got to give him some credit as well. Now, when we talk about the top 5 in the AFC, I look at the top 5 in the AFC, and I have no problem with, I think, who the top 3 teams are. I just don't know exactly which order. But when you get down to the 4 and 5 teams, it gets really tricky. The AFC is a little bit – it's very, very, very it's convoluted. It's confusing. You got a Miami Dolphins team who can't beat anybody with a winning record. You give me your opinion. Who you got at the top three?
Well, I got the Chiefs as the top team in the AFC. The Ravens are behind them, and we look at the Dolphins. Yeah, we look at the Dolphins. The record is 8-3, and they haven't been a team over 500. But they are a good offensive team that can score a lot of points. We saw that early in the year when they scored 70 against Denver. So they do have the pieces to be able to solidify and be able to equate to their record. I mean, I think when you look at the Dolphins, you look at the same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. They're 8-3, and they have not beaten anyone that's over 500. But when you look at that team, they are a good team. So those are my top three in the AFC. And I think number 4 would be the Steelers. Jaguars are number 5. Mike Tomlin, can't say enough about Mike Tomlin. Never had a losing record. His pedigree speaks for itself. The Jaguars, I think sometimes they're a little bit inconsistent, but they are a good, solid football team. Trevor Lawrence is that guy that was picked overall number 1 a couple of years ago. But I think breathing in the rear, I think it's when it gets tricky. When you look at the Browns, the Texans, the Broncos, and the Colts, I think those 4 teams there will be fighting for those last 2 spots. But I can't say enough about the Broncos. We'll talk about them. But the Browns have a great defense. C.J. Stroud and the Texans, they're playing at a really high level. So those last 4, it's going to be really interesting when you see this last month or so going into December. We're in December and January. Playoffs should be really interesting the last couple of weeks.
Over in the AFC, who ultimately gets the first round, that first overall seed, because only one team gets a bye that's in home field throughout. Who do you think actually gets it?
The team that gets it every year is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Since he's been starting at the quarterback position, Patrick Mahomes has never played a road playoff game, and I think the Chiefs will still have home field advantage throughout. They're the defending Super Bowl champions, and it's going to be really hard to knock the Chiefs off their throne.
Now, when you look at this Chief team, their defense surprisingly has been just what's basically been out of control. You had the Kansas City Chiefs who couldn't score in the second half of football games as of late. They were down 14 points last week, and then all of a sudden, Rashee Rice goes absolutely bananas out of SMU. Did Patrick Mahomes finally found his guy?
Well, Rashee Rice has been playing really good throughout the year. I think Patrick Mahomes does spread the football around, but he is looking for that number 1 guy to replace Tyreek Hill. Rashee Rice, had an outstanding career at SMU, had a knee injury. Now, since he's been in the NFL, he's really been that guy, that dependable guy. And I think he is leaning toward Rashee Rice to be that number 1 guy. But as you mentioned, their defense is a totally different defense. That's how they're able to win games. They're coming up with some big stops. And Patrick Mahomes will hit his stride, but I think it is important to get that number 1 wide receiver. We know his number 1 weapon is Travis Kelce, but the number 1 wide receiver he's still looking for to replace Tyreek Hill, and I think Rashee Rice is stepping up to that position.
Man, this defense has been filthy. I mean, they held the Eagles to 21, and that was a very controversial situation because, Kansas City could have won that game as long as you hold on to the damn football for Valdez-Scantling, just dropping that right in the end zone. Held Miami. They didn't score in the first half to 14 points for the game. Raiders last week in their house to 17. They're just a different animal. That defense is – I'm telling you, it's crazy. Spag's doing his best year defensively, like you can remember, and he's been a defensive coach for a long time.
Yeah, he's been able to get those pieces in place. I mean, he has a great defensive front, and he runs a lot of different schemes and disguises, and he moves people around at the snap of the ball. He'll blitz you a whole lot, but he has those pieces in place to run the defense that he's comfortable with, and it starts with his defensive front. Chris Jones is a man, among boys going against those offensive line, but it's really good to see the Chiefs defense play well because you know what Patrick Mahomes can do, but in the National Football League, you have to be able to stop, and defense wins championships, and they've got a really championship pedigree in their defense.
And they're getting great play out of Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed at cornerback, so that also helps out. Now, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but we got 2 6-5 teams that are in the thick of the playoffs, and I really don't think anybody saw this coming. You had the Broncos, who are on the road against Houston. C.J. Stroud's been a baller. The reason they got him is because they were so bad they had the number 2 overall pick last year. And the way the Broncos started with 1-4 on the season with their only win over the Browns, now they're both 6-5. Who you like and how do we get here?
Man, first of all, when you look at Sean Payton, when you look at that team early in September, they were obliterated by the Dolphins losing 70-20. I don't think anyone thought that the Broncos would be here. It just shows that Sean Payton is worth every dollar, and it's really difficult to be able to get a team that gets beat 70-20 early in September. This is your first year there. for that mindset, for him to change that culture, and for them to be 6-5 is a tremendous job. Russell Wilson is playing at a really high level, protecting the football. He is cooking when called upon, making a lot of big plays. Defensively, I love the Broncos. They've been able to make a lot of plays. They're on a winning streak. Can't say enough about the Texans. I think DeMeco Ryans was the coach for this team. He's changed some things around. C.J. Stroud has a really good cast. Give me the Denver Broncos. They're winning. They've got a really tough defense. I think that defense going against this rookie C.J. Stroud, I think you'll see him start making mistakes. But I'm going to go with the hot hand. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos.
Man, it's amazing to see where this team was after the bad year they had under Nathaniel Hackett. Everybody jumped off Russell Wilson. The way they started the season, everybody's like, this marriage with Sean Payton, Russell Wilson will not work. All of a sudden, they're kicking everybody's teeth. And they're doing it with his legs. He's not turning the ball over. Like, it's a different style of letting Russ cook, but it's absolutely working. This is just
it just really shows the professionalism, though, Johnny. When you look at, I can't say it enough. When you get beat 70-20 in the National Football League and it's early in the season and you're trying to change the culture of a team that didn't play well, and to see where they've been winning 4 or 5 games in a row, it just shows that they bought in. They became professional. Everyone looked themselves in the mirror, and I think it starts with your quarterback. Russell Wilson has taken a lot of flack. He's taken a lot of criticism, but he has been able to turn this team around, and it goes to Sean Payton.
Man, it's been a great turnaround. I know people in Broncos country, let's ride, are finally on that horse and excited. David Tepper has been firing everybody. He's the owner who took over for Jerry Richardson in 2018. He's fired now 5 coaches since 2018. He's looking for his 6th. My question, though, is who would take that job? A horrible offensive line, an owner who's just trigger happy, and a quarterback who's very, very tiny.
Well, I'm going to start with Tepper. Maybe he should fire himself, but
I'm with you.
He hasn't made a lot of good decisions, and just a little bit, Johnny, just to go backwards. I talked about it last year. I thought Steve Wilkes really should have been the guy that should have been elevated to be the coach. He took over, on an interim level, 1-4, led the team to 6-6, and he was let go. But a name that I'm going to circle here that I think is going to someone that I think Tepper's going to take a long look at is Jim Harbaugh. I think he'll be a perfect candidate. You look at what's going on in Michigan. He's been suspended sometimes. He's going to be in the playoffs, and just see how that goes. But I think Jim Harbaugh is a name for me that I'm going to stick with. I think he'll be a good fit for the Carolina Panthers.
Damn, I like that. And he's going to be bouncing after this year, it feels like. I feel like he's definitely bouncing. Miami right now, they haven't beaten a good team. We kind of talked about them a little bit earlier. But, man, like their schedule, they can't, schedule. I mean, it's still weak. They play the Washington Commanders this week. Like, are you a believer in this Miami team at the end of the season that they're going to actually be there and in the playoff, thick of it? And if that does happen, they didn't extend Tua. Does he get paid finally?
Well, Tua Tagovailoa is definitely going to get paid. It's a quarterback-driven league. When you see Daniel Jones be able to get a $160 million contract and only had 15 touchdowns as his highest touchdown on a statistical standpoint.
Hell, and he only threw over 220 yards in one game last season, and they gave him $180 million.
So the question is, will he get paid? Absolutely. Tua Tagovailoa will get paid. Do I believe in the Dolphins? I love them offensively, but they've lost to the Bills, they've lost to the Eagles, and they've lost to the Chiefs. So when you look at teams that are above 500 or even, they've had a hard time winning. But the Dolphins have a lot of offensive weapons. Their defense is playing a lot better. You have to believe in them. And I say the same thing. 8-3 for the Dolphins. You look at 8-3 for the Dallas Cowboys. Same thing. They played the same teams. They haven't beaten anyone that's over 500. But when you look at their resume as far as their personnel, they've got a really good, solid team, both of them. I do believe in them, but we'll see. And that's something that you have to put an asterisk by, because once the playoffs starts, you're going to be playing against better teams, better defenses to be able to stop your offense. But right now, I do believe that they're 8-3 and their record, is what it is. I think they're a good, solid team.
They are a good. They're a good team with a great offense. They got the pieces on defense to do it. They just need to put it together for 4 quarters when they play somebody decent. Now I got to switch over to some sad stuff. Is it time for the Bears and Justin Fields to just get a divorce?
I don't think so. I think, I talked about it, earlier when you look at quarterbacks. You look at Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was able, he struggled They've put a lot of pieces around Trevor Lawrence offensively. He has a lot of weapons, a plethora of weapons. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud came in with a better surrounding cast when you look at, his team overall. I think you have to continue to build around him. I think you bring him back. You get the fifth-year option. He's very talented. But you have to be able to let the young man be able to progress. And I don't think you put enough pieces around him for him to progress. You got DJ Moore. DJ Moore's a stud, but is DJ Moore really a true number one? He's a guy that catches a lot of screens. You give him a lot of short passes. They don't have a true big play number one, or they don't have a 1-2 combination. Darren Mooney, he's taking a step back, and you got a really good tight end in Cole Neal. I think you have to continue to build around him. He's a young talent. Because, look, they've got the number 1 overall pick and the number 4 pick. Could be the number 1 and number 2. Who knows how the draft will shake out. Do you want to take a chance with the number 1 overall pick? You look at Carolina. They look like they took the wrong guy. So now you're going to bring in another young quarterback to lead your team. But here's the question. You still are not going to have anyone around another young quarterback. I think you stick with Justin Fields.
Do you take those picks and maybe move down a little bit and go ahead and collect more first-round picks and get somebody like, Marvin Harrison Jr. maybe with the 4th pick, take that first pick, you move down, pick up a left tackle, grab another weapon for Justin Fields? I mean, that seems – I mean, I love their tight end, Cole Kmet. I think he works. I think DJ Moore would be a good number 2. Darnell Mooney would be a good, 3 guy. But if you could go out there and get a Marvin Harrison Jr. to add to Justin Fields, get a
left tackle.
Yeah, I was going to say, get a left tackle. That would help.
I think that's why those general managers get paid the big bucks. But we have to look at Ryan Pace moved up to draft Fields. He's no longer there. And so
Kevin Warren from the old Big Ten commissioners over there now GMing the Bears.
So there's a lot of moving pieces here, and I answered your question. I think you do stick with Fields, but they've got some things that's coming up in the spring. Who knows how the draft board will be looking at the end of March after you have all your individual workouts. But you really threw some good names out there. When you look at Marvin Harrison Jr., he's going to come in. You look at these Ohio State wide receivers in the National Football League. All of them are producing. They're balling. So I think to move up to get a playmaker, yes. But a lot of teams just don't want to pull the trigger and pick a wide receiver in the top 5. It barely happens. We've seen Keyshawn Johnson go number 1 overall, but you really see wide receivers start going 8th, 9th, 10th, and like that. That'll be a big stretch, but they've got to be to put some weapons around them.
Man, Cope, I could talk football with you all day, but that is our time. Be blessed. Enjoy the football this week. And again, just thank you so much. We'll do it again next Wednesday.
Thank you, Johnny.
That's my good buddy, Russell Copeland. You know him from playing at the University of Memphis and, of course, playing in the National Football League with the Bills, the Eagles, the Packers. And, yes, he played in the Super Bowl with the Buffalo Bills back in the day. But, man, I'm going to tell you what, it's Wednesday. There's a little music. You need to get out and get a little music in your body tonight. Go to 5727 Quince Road. What's that? That's Neil's Bar and Grill. On Wednesday night tonight, they got the great Elmo and the Shades, plus the great Eddie Harrison of the Shortcuts. Party starts tonight. Head on over there. But right now, heck, it's lunchtime. They got famous, like an unbelievable, delicious lunch plate. 11 o'clock it started. They got right now country fried steak, homemade gravy, fried chicken livers with homemade gravy, grilled salmon, blackened catfish. They have 8 different veggies, 2 desserts, rolls or cornbread. Head on over there and check it out. Plus, they have their normal menu, and they are always open late. That's Neil's Bar and Grill, where the fat man rocks. We're back in 2 shakes with a little bit of wood. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
As you know, the holiday season is fast approaching, and as you also probably know, 117 Prime, Memphis's premier dining destination, now has its menu available for takeout. Now, far be it from us to ever suggest that somebody could, theoretically, order a full dinner from 117 Prime and then pass it off as their own cooking at a holiday meal. We all agree that doing so would be unethical. It would be just plain wrong. But think about how much effort you could save by having 117 Prime make dinner, and then you get to reap all the rewards. Again, it would be wrong.
It's the Black Friday sales event on now at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. And Gossett's got no payments for 90 days. So keep your holiday money in your pocket and get to Gossett today. 2023 Jeep Renegade, $5,000 off or buy it for $25,040. 2023 Grand Wagoneer Series 111, $10,000 $12,000 off. And 2023 Jeep Gladiator, we got it at $12,000 off MSRP. It's your time to buy during the Black Friday sales event at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett on the Pike or shop online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Renegade Triple P 57091, MSRP 30,040. Wagoneer PS 508 331, MSRP 112,285. Gladiator PL 509,834, MSRP 68,815. Financing and deferred monthly to well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital or Stellantis Financial Services. Take retail delivery by 11/30/23. Includes all rebates and incentives. $695 PF. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
East Memphis Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store. It's really a customer service store. With 20 employees along with complete inventory of items, big to little, finding what you need is easy. Choosing from a complete selection of Big Green Egg as well as Traeger and Weber grills. And the Garden Center has everything for your yard. You can get glass cut, repair screens, even new keys with key fob programming. Tools, nuts, bolts, screws, you need it. East Memphis Ace Hardware has it. And they're just down the street at the corner of Quince and White Station.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Fiveash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
How long has it been since you heard the term being overstocked? Well, it's happened at Family Leisure. Yep. That means you get the savings, like select patio sets that are up to 50% off. If you need a play gym, you're in luck because they're also overstocked and start at under $2,000. Pool tables and game room items up to $700 off of in-stock items. Saunas, massage chairs, arcades, even theater seating. Special financing is available with free delivery. Family Leisure is extending sale pricing on all in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. And if you need supplies to close up your pool for the winter, Family Leisure has them up to 30% off. It's been a while since you've heard of an overstock sale, but Family Leisure is right in the middle of one. Huge deals and a huge overstocked inventory. That means great savings for you. It's happening now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long, all day strong. And it is a hump day, man. And I told you tonight you can go out to Neil's Bar and Grill. They got music with Elmo and the Shades, plus the great Eddie Harrison of the Shortcuts. They're going to be partying like rock stars, playing ball like all stars. And you know what? Everybody's going to be drinking the finest juice around. And the finest juice around, that's Tito's. Tito's handmade vodka, crafted and still in the United States. Great gift for Christmas. Also makes a mean Bloody Mary, which is great for the day after Christmas. I'm telling you right now, you better get your Tito's on. Again, it's good old American vodka, and it's very unique. 6 times distilled, then stilled in classic copper pots. That's why it has such a unique flavor. Slightly sweet with that black pepper note balances everything out, whether you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Did you notice that I am struggling to talk today?
You are, but that's okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does your mouth not work some days?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, it's like, you know, Tony Gwynn doesn't strike out. Radio hosts should be able to talk every day.
Lightning doesn't strike the same place twice.
But it does. I know it did. Like, I don't know it did, but I saw that crazy TV show where it shows, like, things that don't normally happen. And it was like one dude who'd been struck by lightning 4 times and he was still alive.
But was he in different spots?
He was in different spots.
Oh, well, that's it.
I mean, he was in the same place.
Lightning doesn't strike the same spot twice.
Yeah, but how does it strike the same dude in a different spot 4 times? Homie must be like attracting
like he's got
lightning.
bad luck or something.
Dude, that's good. That
Maybe
dude's
he needs
got
to get
bad
right
luck.
with some people. Maybe the man upstairs.
Bad,
you know
bad.
what I mean?
Oh, man, get down on them knees, son. Well, it's time to get into a little bit of Hardwood because it feels so good. I just told you about Tito's, and I did want to remind you of one thing. It's the holiday season. Turn your frowns upside down. And if life hands you lemons, don't fret, don't freak out, don't stress. Just make a lemon drop, but always make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Oh, my goodness. I feel so bad. The Dallas Cowboys haven't had an MVP candidate since probably Tony Romo, right?
Right.
And now we got Dak Prescott. They're talking about him being the MVP and all this stuff because he's having a hell of a year.
That's right.
Go, Dak, go. Not only that, he's having a baby with his girlfriend.
Oh, congratulations.
So good news coming out of Cowboys fans, people, right?
Absolutely.
Cowboy haters, you know what they're doing today?
What?
They are killing Tony Romo. And I didn't realize, they've been killing him for a few days, but I didn't realize what it was for. Do you know why they're smoking Tony Romo?
I do not, John.
And it's ridiculous. They shouldn't, because Tony Romo, I didn't see the halftime performance. At that time, I was probably eating or something, going to get a little food. But did you know Dolly Parton did the halftime show?
Yeah, I heard. I missed all the halftime performances. I heard Jack Harlow perform.
That's when
at the
you
first
honestly,
game,
yeah.
And Dolly was at the second game. I don't know who was at the third game.
I missed the halftime show of the Falcons game when you had Luda coming down out the rafters. Did you see that?
Oh, I did see that.
Celebrating 50 years of rap in Atlanta. Ludacris coming down, man.
Good for Luda.
Luda. So I missed a lot of halftime shows. But I'm sad that I missed this one because, man, they're killing Tony Romo for saying the obvious. Dolly Parton came out there and sang "We Are the Champions." You know, like the old, Queen song, and did it like Freddie Mercury, like justice. It was awesome. She sung great. She also, though, is 77 years old, so you don't think this. A 77-year-old woman walked out in a Dallas Cowboys cheerleading outfit. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but she looked hot. She has no kids. She's never had
Johnny
kids.
Radio
Never
approved?
wrecked that body. Huh?
Johnny Radio approved?
Man, I'm going to tell you something. Hottest 77-year-old woman I ever seen. I'd have to say, man. What up, Dolly? Hit me up. No, she's married. But I'm telling you right now, her husband can't look as good as she did. And Tony Romo was just talking about how good Dolly Parton. He was like, man, Jim, can you believe how good Dolly looks? And Jim's like, oh, yeah. Tony, let's get back to a little football. And Tony's like, hey, Jim, seriously. Like tonight, when you're all by yourself, what are you going to be thinking about? Dolly? What? Yeah, this was them during the discussion. It was a little bit different than that. But it was like goofy, childish Tony Romo kind of going goo-goo gaga over Dolly Parton and her mountains. And her, he just said he wanted to go to the top of the hills and sing like Dolly. I feel him. And I don't think people should be cursing him or getting mad to him because he's a man. Because I don't know if you know this, women. Do you know men like beautiful things? And do you know that y'all are the most beautiful things in the world? So don't hate us because y'all are beautiful. That's what I'd always tell Chad. It's not my fault I'm looking at her. She's beautiful. Like, am I not going to look at pretty things? Am I only allowed to look at ugly people? That's just ridiculous. Nobody's going to do that. That's what you need to tell your girlfriend Melinda if you ever, if your mouth's open. If y'all are at dinner and you're looking over at table 6.
Doesn't usually happen to me.
It doesn't? Man, you're a good dude. Well, speaking of dudes, we got to protect ourselves because some of these women out here are dangerous. They might be beautiful, but they might be dangerous. And again, I told you that Chaz and a bunch of her little girlfriends are going to Nashville this weekend for Christmas shopping is what they call it. I call it drinking and going down and getting drunk, doing a little Christmas shopping, probably from the Amazon when they're on the Uber on the way back from 2nd Street. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Truthfully, let's just be real what they're doing. They're going to party. But man, be careful up there. Men especially. This poor guy this is like the first night he's out on Broadway. Broadway's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Crowded.
Dude, they got some great bars down
Well,
at Broadway.
I guess I shouldn't say that. When I was there, they were doing construction on the street, and so you could only be on the sidewalks, and they had everything else blocked off, and so you were bumping into everybody walking down the sidewalks. It was awful.
Well, my man was outside of Jason Aldean's bar when this really good-looking women are
I saw Josh Dobbs at Jason Aldean's bar.
Did you really?
Sure did.
Dude, man.
Space Dobbs. He has a chain and a hat that says Astro on it that he wears around.
I know. I saw his Astro in a bunch of his post-game conferences, world pressers. Now, my man, by the way, he was at Jason Aldean's. He was going into Jason Aldean's bar. He just left Tootsie's. He's been drinking $12 Bud Lights.
Sure.
Should have been drinking Tito's. But my man sees this gorgeous woman who walks up on him, straight up just walks up on him, and it's like, hey. And he's got a little tipsy.
He's like, howdy.
He's all in the club getting tipsy. And then he looks at the girl. He's like, hey. And then she goes, give me your phone. You got to have my number. So the guy hands her his phone.
And what is he supposed to do? Tell her no?
I mean, you know what? Hey, baby, why don't you pull out your phone? How about you punch in my numbers? I'll give it to you. Because you know what she did? She went to his Cash App with a quickness.
Oh, holy cow.
And Cash Apped herself $3,000.
Wow.
Now you would think to yourself, maybe you can get this back.
Lucky guy to have $3,000.
I mean, it's came from his account. She could turn around and basically, if he tried to get it back from her, he brought in the authorities, could be like, he paid me for sleeping with him. Or,
well, I mean, she could say anything, I guess.
She could say anything. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a hard one to prove.
It's really he said, she said.
It's a he said, she said situation. Yeah. So, guys, if you got the PayPal, the Venmo, the Cash App.
Well, John, that's the great thing. Apple actually.
If she's hot, you're not looking at, and by the way, this is the problem. He probably wasn't looking her in the eyes, and he definitely wasn't looking at his phone while she had it. He was distracted, going from head to toe, back and forth.
Yeah.
Doing the whole number thing, figuring out if this is real. Oh my goodness, are you serious? This can't be real. If you don't think it can be real, if you have somebody that is way outside, if you're out kicking your coverage, come on now.
Well, John, the great thing now, Apple, I don't know if they've put the update out yet or not, but iOS, their new update, they have a feature where you can just, if both of you have iPhones, you can just touch your phones together and all of your contact information will go to that person's phone. All of their contact information will go to your phone. So maybe thanks to Apple, we can, eliminate some of these interactions.
I'm just saying, man. Poor guy thought he
cashed in, and really she cashed in.
I can't believe this woman's talking to me, and then she robs him in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
$3,000.
That's awful.
It's not good, is it?
No, it's not.
Now, Josh Giddey, we've talked about him all week. There's a big old investigation about him, quote, being possibly with a minor, a girl under the age of 18 years old. It's been alleged that when Josh Giddey, who was 21, met a girl in the club, she was technically actually 15 years old, pretending to be 21 years old with a fake ID and all. Then there were rumors that maybe they had a little relationship and she lied to him for a while.
Right.
Now the NBA investigate. He's been playing, hasn't been suspended. The NBA, the reason I'm not so worried about this, the NBA usually is punish first, figure out later.
Right.
The fact that he's playing in the Oklahoma City Thunder have known about this for so long. Gives me pause for cause, but the police now are investigating the situation. Police came out and said, investigation's probably about over. You know why? Because the young lady will not cooperate, and the parents will not. They are refusing to cooperate with the law enforcement officials. So nobody's talking. And if you've watched Law and Order, a good defense attorney can cut it up if you ain't got all, you got to have your ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Did you watch a little Law and Order in your day?
Yo, yeah.
They still coming out, aren't they?
I think so. I'm
Man,
not positive.
Dick Wolf has got to be just rich.
Honestly.
Man, how many crazy stories did he come out with his damn head,
And then
man?
all the not even just Law and Order, but now they got like Law and Order SVU, all Law and Order Special Crimes Unit. I mean, like they've got so many spin-offs of it. It's crazy.
Don't play no games with no Law and Order now. What was my other story that I had?
I don't know.
Oh, it was about Mark Cuban. Bro.
Yeah, what's going on with old Cubie Cube?
Dude, my man Cubes is playing chess. Yes, I said checks, like Chex Mix. I can't speak today.
I love Chex Mix. I'm allergic to Chex.
You know what it is? I got up too early this morning.
Ditto.
Started my day a little bit earlier. I'm a lot more roasted than normal. It's got to be it, right?
Yeah, it's something.
Something. Now, Cubes, again, he's playing chess while the rest of the world is playing checkers. My man bought the Dallas Mavericks. Did you know this? Back in 2000. You know how much he paid for it?
I actually don't know.
$285 million.
Wow.
Right now, they say the deal for him to sell his majority ownership stake is $3.5 billion. Wow. Not only does he get all that money, but he still gets to basically have control of all basketball ops. So he's going to get billions of bucks to also still run the day-to-day ops. Like, dude is just a genius. And let me tell you, it's also been reported that the people that he's selling it to, the Adelsons, do you know what the Adelsons own?
They're a casino.
Man, I'm so proud of you, son. So he said that he's also talked to them. They own the Las Vegas Sands Casino conglomerate.
Oh, wow.
About getting a new stadium for the Mavericks and them buying it and putting in a whole casino right next to the stadium and a hotel built in with the stadium and also little kiosks so you can make bets on sports wagers all in one.
Casinos are legal in Texas?
Man, dude, if Mark Cuban says so, I bet. And what is not legal in Texas? You can walk into...
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger too, but like you can do almost anything in Texas. Telling you, bro, like where else can you go and like walk into a bar with like a shotgun and a dip in with a prostitute? I think it's only legal in Texas.
Only Texas.
Or actually go into the bar and there's a working girl right there for you.
Wow.
Texas.
Wow, sports betting isn't legal in Texas right now, so maybe coming soon.
Well, don't you think that some billionaires are going to get that thing changed?
You would think so.
I would think so.
Oh, wow. No, it's actually moving through the appropriate houses and stuff right now.
Man, see, you know this thing's happening. Cubes again is playing chess.
Yep.
Me and you were on the radio just playing checkers. We didn't even know that they're like, this is going through legislation.
I do love me some checkers, but we also live in Texas, John.
That's a good point.
What do I care about Texas government things?
Well, you never know. You might live there one day.
I would like to live in Texas.
By the way, you know the best thing that that kept everybody together in this whole city is gone, and I'm still depressed about it.
What's that?
Platinum Plus.
Oh.
I mean, back in the day, man, we didn't have any. We didn't have these this crime in the streets. We didn't have this murder rate. We didn't have all these cars being stolen because everybody was at Platinum Plus every night.
Let's see. It's like a come together like family time.
Yep. I actually read a story about this dude and his wife. They walked into what used to be Platinum Plus and started crying because it turned into like a rib bar or something.
Ha, nice.
Sad days.
Not the Platinum Plus I knew.
The shining jewel of this city is gone. We got to keep the jewels we got. Don't you dare touch the dial. I got bets on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, everybody, that to-do list for the holidays? Well, you're going to want to write this down. Go to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch. A lot of these new Silverados have red tags, and Kevin and Jeff said they'll get you financing as low as $1.9 or $2,000 cash. You can get one of these new Equinoxes with financing as low as $1.9 or $1,000 cash, and your good credit deserves it. And look, I'm out here in Olive Branch, and All-Star has any new Chevy you want. Tahoes, Trailblazers, and a lot of families I know love these new Traverses with all the cargo space and third-row seating. And so can you. And do more together this holiday season. Military, teachers, college students, healthcare. You get $500 bonus. And if you want certified pre-owned Chevys or any pre-owned car, All-Star has a lot full. Silverados, Ram trucks. Here's a Nissan Rogue, Lexus, Honda, Suburbans, Jeeps. If it's not here, just ask Jeff and he'll find it for you. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Mount Moriah or Bartlett or even Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Experience the taste of Italy at Little Italy's newest location in East Memphis at 6300 Poplar. Little Italy has great Italian food for all your friends and family, and it's all your favorite dishes, from lasagna to rigatoni vodka, Alfredo, even lobster ravioli. Try East Memphis Little Italy's very generous calzone, hot from the oven and stuffed with your choice of meats and perfectly melted cheeses. To celebrate East Memphis Little Italy's new location, with your purchase of an 18-inch pizza, get a bottle of Chianti for only 56 cents. East Memphis Little Italy wants to spoil you with a piece of Italy you can feel, taste, see, and enjoy, and eat. East Memphis Little Italy, 6300 Poplar, hidden in the back at the corner of Poplar and Massey. East Memphis Little Italy brings Italy to you.
Jenkins Floors and More in Hernando is growing. This family business started up 5 years ago with just one pallet, and now they have hundreds. Tim, the owner, gets calls from people everywhere and can sometimes save them up to 50% on wood flooring, carpet, tile, and vinyl. Jenkins Floors and More helps with renovations, home building, and installation. Jenkins Floors and More, number 6 East Commerce Street in Hernando. Also in Little Rock and coming soon to Tennessee. Call 662-469-9350 for more information.
Make the season extraordinary when you shop the spectacular holiday collection at Sissy's Log Cabin. From engagement rings to designer jewelry, you'll save on gifts everyone will love, all while enjoying the Sissy's promise of unmatched service and experience at any of our 6 locations or online at sissyslogcabin.com. Embrace the magic of the season only at Sissy's Log Cabin, official jeweler of the Memphis Grizzlies and the Memphis Tigers, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off of Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Italian Tuesday spaghetti, ravioli, Italian spinach, delicious fried catfish, fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday, Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $8.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $10.95. And veggie plate, $9.95. Big fat boy portions, man.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Eddie Smith plays Sundays 5 to 9, Mondays karaoke, Tuesdays Debbie Jameson, Wednesdays Elmo and the Shades, Thursdays John Williams and the A440 Band at Neil's.
Where the fat man rocks.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78. That's Lamar. And the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
That's one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. Big thanks to Russell Copeland. We talked all things NFL. We also talked with Dustin Starr about the world of wrestling. Went off on the college football playoff committee and the rankings and all that good stuff. Talked about some NBA play-in tournament. It's been a busy show. Didn't get to the audio I wanted to play. Jason Kidd went going off on some reporters last night, telling everybody to stop being so negative. Used a lot of foul language. It would have been a lot of beeps, but it was really good. Be more positive. By the way, yes, it's the Christmas season. It's right around the corner. Let's be more positive. Let's not be so negative. So I lost yesterday. We don't want to sit here and sulk on the negative, do we? We want to talk about the positive. It's a new day, and you know who's playing tonight? It'd be those Memphis Grizzlies. At home, they're 0-8 straight up. They do not cover the spread. And if they do get a home win, you'll be happy because they're your Memphis Grizzlies. But if you take plus 4.5 or even a little Utah money line, which has a pretty decent little return.
Well, that's not very positive, John.
It's called
it's not very positive.
It's a win-win. If the Grizzlies get their first home win, cool. If they lose, you get cash. That's called a win-win. You need a little Christmas money, right?
I guess so. I don't like betting on my team though, John. It makes me feel dirty.
Man, it ain't dirty, bro. It ain't dirty.
Like
trust
I'm
me.
doing something wrong.
You're not doing anything wrong. Ja ain't back. This team's not very good. Utah can actually rebound and they can actually score, and they have more wins. I don't know, man. It ain't December yet.
You right?
Ja ain't back.
That's a good point.
They're gonna run out a bunch of dudes that are like Marcus Smart. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But go see Dustin Starr. And again, if you take the Jazz and they win, which probably is going to happen, you win some money. If the Grizzlies do win, it's just cheddar, baby. It's just you'll be happy for the city and happy for Grizzlies fans. But right now, if you want to be happy with what's in your belly, you need to order from East Memphis, Little Italy. I'm telling you right now, go to littleitaly.com, littleitalyEast.com. Place your order online. Give them a call, by the way. Their number is 901-729-7432, 901-729-7432. If you order an 18-inch pizza, go in there. You can get a 56-cent bottle of Chianti. That's right. Get their pizza. It is straight fire, the freshest ingredients. Oh, my God, their pizza is so good. But also they have pastas, calzones, panini, salads. They have everything. Lasagna, gnocchi. You'll love East Memphis, Little Italy. They're at 6300 on Poplar, back there in the corner of Poplar and Massey. That's East Memphis, Little Italy. Well, that is my time. Again, big thanks for listening. Big thanks to Dacus. Y'all get out there, make this world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Hi, folks, the Chevy Sheriff with good news for car and truck buyers.